Trump's presidency was once defined by disruption, but now it seems defined by something entirely different: desperation. And for good reason also, because as you guys are aware, JD Vance has recently been visiting Greenland, and he just enraged Greenlanders with a brutal and concerning threat. My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video, and don't forget to click that like button if you agree that JD Vance is weird. JD Vance is a total weirdo, yes, but Trump is just getting more and more desperate. In fact, recently it was just revealed that Trump is privately fuming over Waltz's role in the Signal Gate scandal.
Behind the scenes, I'm told that President Donald Trump has been fuming about this entire fiasco. In multiple conversations yesterday, I'm told that President Donald Trump specifically said he was frustrated with Michael Waltz, his national security advisor, for inadvertently adding that Atlantic reporter to the Signal group chat. And Trump has also been upset with the media coverage and how this has now become a multi-day controversy for the White House.
So yeah, Trump is panicking and furious, like usual, and even now US military pilots are ticked off with Trump.
What they're particularly upset about is Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, putting the exact times that they were going to be launching into that fighter pilots and F-18s would be launching into the air.
But it doesn't stop there, because now more and more supporters, voters of Donald Trump, are also turning their back on the president. Here is a woman who describes herself as a MAGA junkie, now on CNN, expressing how much she regrets voting for Trump.
I had my last review on the 31st of January, and I had the highest rating that you can get on a review, less than 21 days before I was terminated for my performance.
You voted for Donald Trump.
I did.
Do you regret that vote?
Yes, I do. To cut the knees out of the working class Americans just doesn't make sense to me. I expected more.
This woman asked us not to show her face for fear of retribution. She recently retired from the Bureau of Fiscal Service because she was afraid of losing her health insurance if she was fired. She also voted for Trump.
Would you still have supported him?
I'm not sure that I would have. The way that it's been done, I'm for balancing the budget, that type of thing, but not in this context. It's just not right.
So Americans are growing more and more annoyed and absolutely fed up with Donald Trump by the second. And the public has pretty much already spoken when it comes to JD Vance specifically, because it was just a few days ago that a new survey revealed JD Vance is the most disliked new vice president in history. So people are sick and tired of Trump. JD Vance is wildly unpopular. So what does the Trump administration decide to do? They decide to send Mr. Unpopular Vice President JD Vance to Greenland. And this is really quite brutal. No one in Greenland even wanted to meet the group, which forced them to cancel all their events. But still, JD Vance makes this worse. The moment you've all been waiting for, JD Vance, when giving a press conference in Greenland, doubled down on Donald Trump's threats to take over the territory, and he had this to say.
Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland, and you have underinvested in the security architecture of this incredible, beautiful landmass filled with incredible people. That has to change. And because it hasn't changed, this is why President Trump's policy in Greenland is what it is. The president said we have to have Greenland, and I think that we do have to be more serious about the security of Greenland. We can't just ignore this place. We can't just ignore the president's desires, but most importantly, we can't ignore what I said earlier, which is the Russian and Chinese encroachment in Greenland. We have to do more. And what the president said in his State of the Union address, and he was very clear about this, is we respect the self-determination of the people of Greenland, but my argument again to them is I think that you'd be a lot better coming under the United States security umbrella than you have been under Denmark's security umbrella. Because what Denmark's security umbrella has meant is effectively they've passed it all off to brave Americans and hoped that we would pick up the tab. We're simply saying to the people of Greenland, when the president says we've got to have Greenland, he's saying this island is not safe.
So it appears that JD Vance's unpopularity is not limited only to America. it extends to Greenland also. Yeah, we've already seen how wildly unpopular it is for the US to try and take over Greenland.
Look at this no percentage who are against this idea. 85%. Just 6% say yes. To give you an idea of how low 6% is, if you took a poll of Americans and say, do you believe we actually landed on the moon? About 10% of Americans think we faked the moon landing. So fewer Greenlanders are for the U.S. taking over Greenland than Americans who actually believe that we did not land on the moon.
I have no idea what J.D. Vance is doing here. I have no idea what the Trump administration is doing here. Is this really their big strategy right now? There are so many problems in the United States. I thought that Trump was all about America first and caring about Americans and everything. Now all of a sudden, him, J.D. Vance, Mike Waltz, they're all preoccupied with Greenland? All in all, Trump's unpopularity, J.D. Vance's unpopularity, it's all very well deserved.